everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Today's matchup features one team who likes to get it done through the air. The Browns are top 10 in pass yards, and they're going up against the Lions, who will need to be ready to cover a lot of space. So, with the call of this Week 16 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. From the shores of Lake Erie, EA Sports has coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gautin, and Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in off the very rare tie a game ago.
And it'll be interesting to see what their mindset is going into this game. Sometimes that can be a deflator, and sometimes that can just really make you mad and more determined the next time out.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Under pressure, and they got to him again. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
He'll look to set up his blockers.
Return team. Automatic first down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Finding time. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And he comes back with one complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Green 39! Green 39!
first down. He'll drop to throw it. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their big-bodied receiver with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. All right, this is a guy that needs no introduction to the league. He has been around quite a while.
And it's good that they have him, because when he looks around his huddle, he may not have guys with the same experience he has. Maybe some of the youngsters, and his veteran leadership should help them along the way.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying.
And the ball is knocked out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
And he will find his man on the outside. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
2nd down following the run. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Uh-oh, Charles, now you get to talk about your old spot, the secondary. Very key here in this one.
Yeah, you have to cut me off because, I'll talk about them all game long. Love to see those guys match up and challenge the best wide receivers.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a big play there for the Browns. 41 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. Their dangerous wide receiver, 92 yards. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Now the try here for the point after. And that makes it 14-10. Still one of the most exciting plays in football, the kick return. Shows why there, 93 yards on that return for 6. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. A chance for us to look at the Lions defense again. And last time out, they gave up the chip shot field goal, but obviously could have been worse than that. I think they felt pretty good about only giving up 3.
No doubt about it. Anytime an offense gets into the red zone, the thinking naturally for the defense is, okay, 3 points. We're going to give up 3 here, but let's make it no more than that. They met their goal.
On the other side, though, the offense, they weren't very happy.
No, because there's an opportunity. Once you get to the red zone, you're not thinking about kicking a field goal. You're thinking about how do you get it into the end zone, and when you don't, you walk off the field feeling a little bit of failure on that drive.
Yeah, who will have the better feeling at the end of this drive? back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Hurry up, here we go.
They go play action here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
23 yards on the play.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
His throw caught right around the 6. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll run it here. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
The line of scrimmage is the 3 as they look to cash in on 3rd and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns have retaken the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Fielded just inside the 30. And he's got room.
Illegal block in the ball. Return team. Automatic first down.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the comebacker. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
7 yards to go on second down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. More from Cleveland after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. They'll set up a throw, and he will find his man on the outside. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this one is right down the middle. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
Do you think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll set up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Back to throw again. And he's got his man on the out route. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
They'll drop the throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And he will find his man on the outside. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Browns secondary has held up to this point. The Lions have struggled to throw the football 2 straight weeks, so that's something they'll try to fix in the second half. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Browns with the football early in the first. The catch is made after a quick pass, and a quick 3-play drive ends with a score. Browns now on top. 1st and 10. Here a throw deep down the field is caught, and this goes 73 yards for the score. We're brand new at 7. Browns set up now for the kickoff. The return will start at the 7. He gone as he sprints into the end zone. Lions go up by 4. 3rd down from inside the 10. Handoff and run goes up the middle, and he'll go in for the score, which takes the lead to 3. So that'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Let's get you back up to Cleveland as we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Simple slant route, and it works to perfection.
And when you're a big-bodied receiver, you use it like it's a basketball play. Body the defender away and catch the football.
Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. 20. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. We get a glance at the Browns defense as they file into position. And they've got the lead. Last time they surrendered the field goal. We'll see what they do this go around.
And giving up 3 is never ideal because any defense wants to pitch a shutout. But that's not a bad thing in most situations. You only give up field goals, your team has a chance to win.
Yeah, and they still, as I said, they've got the lead here. We'll see if they can get a stop and hold them to 0 points this time. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Here we go now. Boom, landed. Boom, landed.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Set. Green, 39.
Back to throw here. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold. Every time I see a hitch pattern dropped, I go back to the combine because there's a drill that they use all the time that's called the gauntlet drill, where a receiver catches the ball and just works his way straight down the line and catches it from different sides. And the problem with that drill is that you don't actually have to secure the catch. You just kind of catch it, drop it immediately, and keep moving.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack. Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield. Those guys made that play possible.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. So there on that play, offensively, they were in the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Here we go now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Now, they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on 3rd down after having such a long drive going.
Hey, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt.
A gain of 4 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Well, the feel that I get on this, because they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way. On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Let's see what the offense comes with here, 2nd and 8. One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. And he's going to be marked down deep in Detroit territory. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, it's obvious to me that the big guy is beyond locked in. We saw last week a scintillating performance. We're seeing it again. I think he and his coordinator are in lockstep right now.
Sometimes a tip of the cap to the guys calling the plays here, yeah?
Not just calling the plays, setting the game plan, sitting with him during the week, watching tape as they formulate it. You know, the best ones, they listen to their guy and say, okay, what do you like this week? You like this play? You don't like that play? And that helps them formulate what they're going to do. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it. When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done. One of the hallmarks of their success this year, they've been fearless on 4th down. And they convert another one right here to move the chains.
They'll set up to throw, and this will be incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's got time. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions defense marching back onto the field now. And maybe for them at this stage, it's sort of put up or shut up time. They need to stop trailing here.
Oh, I'm with you totally on that one. They've got to go out there now and put an end to what's been going on in this ball game where they've just given up points, gotten pushed around, so to speak, during this contest. They've got to find a way to end it right here, right now.
Can they end it? Let's find out.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it'll give the Browns a 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense. Offensively, they like their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
So they're operating in the red zone.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this one's incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Let's go. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Nice, sweetheart.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And the lead will grow by one more. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again. On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They'll look to throw again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cleveland, the win will be number 11 for them on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll be guaranteed a finish of no better than 500 as they drop to 7-8. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.